For my acne prone girls, let me show y'all how to get the perfect natural makeup look. For the sake of this video, I didn't use a beauty filter, no smoothing or nothing. I want y'all to see all these spots and how we gonna fix them. So first things first, we gonna fill in our eyebrows because I don't have any. And I'm using this Palladio Beauty pomade. So we not gonna do too much talking on this part because I like to focus on what I'm doing. So first I like to start off by carving how I want my eyebrow to be shaped. Then I'm gonna take this brush and kind of just fill it all in. Then I take the end of this brush and then I just brush the hairs in that direction to make it look more natural. And I know they might look a little crazy right now, but we're gonna trust the process. Now we're gonna use this Haus Labs concealer and we're gonna carve them out. And it might get a little quiet because I gotta focus. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I like to use a flat brush when I'm doing my eyebrows. So make sure your brush is real flat. And when you carving out your eyebrows, this is your chance to clean up any mistakes, make them thinner if you need to, fix the tail. This is your perfect chance to do that with the concealer. Okay, and usually at this point, I will be putting on primer, but I cannot find my primer for some reason. So we're using this Essential Mood Cream. It's just like it. It's a thick moisturizer. Ooh. And I just kind of like doing my eyebrows before I do my primer because it doesn't slip. It's not like greasy and I don't have to worry about the brush messing up while I'm doing my eyebrows. And the next thing we are going to do is spot correct while that moisturizer is drying down. So we just going to put concealer in all the spots that we want to cover up. And we're not going to blend it or anything. We just going to leave it right there to dry. So any spot that you have like a blemish, an acne spot, a dark spot, anything that you feel like I don't want that to show, this is your time to just put the concealer on there. And while that's drying down, we're going to go ahead and work on our under eyes and just putting all the highlights that we want to put. You can choose to just do like, sometimes I just do one of these, one of those. If I'm doing like a real natural look, I don't put highlighter all around, but I wanted to pop a little bit more. So I want a little bit more highlight today. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to put that right here a little bit. I already have it right here because I'm covering the spot, but I'm going to do it on this side too, super quick. And then of course we're going to put our highlight on our nose. You don't have to drag it all the way down. You could just put it up at the top, like at the bridge of your nose, and then in the middle, and then your little forehead highlight. I know it might look like it's highlight everywhere because of those spots, but we're going to cover that up real good. Don't worry about it. And keep in mind that you can always use two different concealers for this. I chose to use one shade of concealer, but you can also use a darker one for your spot correct, and then you can use a lighter one for your highlight and everything. Now, if I was doing like a glam makeup, I would use my liquid foundation, my Anastasia. But for the sake of this video, I just want like a natural everyday type makeup, so I'm not going to use any liquid foundation. Hear me out. Now we're going to do our contour with our e.l.f. palette. This palette probably was like between $2 to $5, y'all. It's not expensive at all. And keep in mind, I did not blend out any of my concealer yet. These are the spots where I like to put my contour. So I put a little bit like around my ear area, but kind of like 3 fingers width away. So I put it right there, and then I put it on my forehead, close to your hairline, and do the same thing to this side. It might not make sense right now, but it will, I promise you. And then I also put it down here. So pause. Before we blend anything else out, I like to do my nose first. And usually you could just blend the outer corners of your nose, but I just wanted to kind of smooth that out. And then I'm not going to blend anything else because I'm going to add the contour to my nose. And I like to use a smaller brush for my nose. I don't use that wide brush because I like precision. And look, this is what I do. I drag it like under my eyebrow and then towards the outside of that highlight. Trust me. Then I also just like to add a little bit right here. Next, we're going to add our liquid or cream blush. For this, I'm using just this little blush stick. I think it's called Situ Beauty. And then I'm putting that on the side of my concealer. So you're going to put it basically in between your concealer and your contour. Okay, and now it's time to just blend out your concealer. Blend out the corners only. So only the corners of where you put concealer. And then look up and blend that under eye. Now you can start blending out where you spot corrected a little bit. Not too much though. Don't over blend those. You still kind of want to see white spots or whatever color your concealer is. You want to see that. Don't lose faith. I know you probably like, you look crazy, but just keep blending. The key is to just keep blending. And make sure you're using different brushes to blend out each thing. So like for my concealer, I use this brush. You see that? It's like an angled concealer brush. For my contour, I use an angle brush for that too, but it's a specific contour brush. And this one is by e.l.f. It's not that expensive. And for my blush, I like to use this big brush. For the nose contour, I use a smaller brush. And at this point, keep in mind, we're going to use a powder foundation at the end. So at this point, any other liquids or creams you want to put on there or build upon, now is your time, because you cannot put liquids or creams on top of powder. And I know it look a little weird right now, but this is my favorite part. So I'm using this Pure Beauty 4-in-1 foundation. It's a powder foundation, and I'm just going to put it all over my face, and it's going to tie everything together. And the reason this is my favorite powder foundation to use is because not only is it a foundation, but it's a concealer, a setting powder, and an SPF all in one. Now we're going to use this ColourPop powder bronzer, and you kind of just going to put it in whatever spots that you put your contour in the first time. The same thing goes for your powder blush. Mine has been through a lot, but this is the Revlon powder blush. I like to underline my eye a little bit with the Lamel eye pencil. And I also add a little bit of that bronzer on your eyes. Then I go in with the Anastasia setting spray. Once that dries down a little bit, you're going to go ahead with your mascara and your lip look. And this is our final look. I just had to show y'all from this angle because I just feel like it's giving a little bit more. And let me know if y'all try it.